Now, top Chinese finance and economic officials say the country has ample space in their policy arsenal to deal with current economic challenges that include the risk of a full-blown trade war, a sluggish local economy as well. Now, the comments were made at one of the most highly anticipated events of the two sessions. That's China's most important political meeting of the year. It's just the second time that the chiefs of the central bank, finance ministry, state planner, commerce ministry and securities watchdog have come together to field the reporters' questions on the sidelines of the two sessions. Our chief economic planner, Zheng Xiangjie, says China is adequately prepared to achieve its growth target of about 5%, a goal some analysts have described as ambitious.
那么我们也关注到呢，现在外部环境的不确定性在进一步的增加，同时我们也面临着一些国内需求不足。 部分行业、部分企业生产经营这个困难等等这些问题吧，但我们觉得这些困难和挑战都是前进中、发展中的一些困难和问题，都是能够克服和能够解决的。综合分析，我们制度有优势，市场有潜力，企业有活力，更重要的是我们有直面这些风险挑战的勇气。 有解决问题的底气，所以今年实现5%左右的目标，有基础、有支撑、有保障，我们对此充满了信心。
On the fiscal front, the finance minister Lan Fuan hinted that further stimulus could be on the cards amid the risk of a trade war with the US. The veteran official said China's 2025 fiscal deficit target of 4% indicates the government's willingness to provide even stronger support for the economy. Well, let's get more from CNA's Olivia Seong reporting live to us from Beijing. Ollie, now we've seen China and the US trading tit-for-tat measures this week. What more do we know about Beijing's strategy when it comes to dealing with Washington?
Jill, one of the things that China has tried to do, including at today's blockbuster news conference, all top economic officials projecting confidence in China's ability in its economy and its ability to hit its GDP growth target of around 5% for this year, despite challenges at home, including with weak domestic consumption and those challenges abroad with uncertainties and renewed tensions with the U.S. And my colleague Tan Si-hui asked the Commerce Minister Wang Wentao whether China was concerned about this trade war becoming prolonged and it ending up hurting China in the long run. And we saw the Commerce Minister, however, expressed hope that China and the U.S. could work together, adding that he had written to his American counterparts saying that he was hopeful that they would be able to meet and hold consultations on, quote, equal footing. But at the same time, he also talked tough on the U.S., saying that China won't back down. Have a listen.
中国的传统的交往之道是敬人者 人也敬之，不敬人者，当以其人之道还治其人之身。胁迫、要挟，对中国是行不通，也吓不倒中国。中方捍卫自身利益的决心是坚定不移的。针对美方采取的单边征税措施，已经根据国际法基本原则和法律法规，我们采取了必要的 反制措施啊，刚才记者已经提到了。如果美方在错误的道路上越行越远，我们将奉陪到底。
In a separate question, though, Mr. Wang acknowledged that China's foreign trade was facing serious challenges, saying it will look at more supportive policies, for example, helping companies explore new markets to sell their goods. This is also key given that external demand was a key part of why China was able to meet its economic growth target last year of around 5%, even amid challenges at home. But with external demand expected to soften, during this 2.5-hour-long session, there was a lot of talk about focusing on boosting domestic consumption and boosting and encouraging innovation in science and technology as key growth drivers, especially as we've continued to see that buzz surrounding homegrown AI app DeepSeek generating international buzz, and as the tech race between China and the US is expected to continue. Throughout the session, we saw the officials continuing to express support for this innovation, including introducing a science and technology segment on the bond market and expanding coverage of its re-lending program. Jill.
Olivia, leave it there for now. Thank you so much. Olivia Xiong reporting from Beijing.